Yeah. Okay.
Did you make that?
Solid Hill TDS. J. Leo. Hitchhikers. Check. I'ma spit fire and propane. Keep a little baggie of some veggies, your romaine. Zombie ass bitch tryna eat up the whole brain. While this bummy ass nigga still asking for more change. Get your taste buds lit, popping right under your tongue. Lighten up a sharp strain, feel like it's chopping your lungs. Smoke another leap to the head, feeling like Danny Phantom. Got a medicine jar in my car full of zany samples. Running with the factions with my rations getting low. Get down on the floor, blood races like I'm whipping blow. Shit show for show, I don't know, I just release and go. Can't hear what you're saying, this we too loud and you're speaking low. Johnny smoking haze in a blaze, I got heat to throw. Then I'm let the heater flow and send it to the heat below. Think it's a game, I pick today before you let him roll. Think I'm insane, but from the start I never had control. Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale of the moonlight? Have you ever laid with a demon with the flames by your bedside? Smoking the air, sipping on spirits, get the mood right, get the crew hype. Middle fingers to the blue lights, dancing on your grave while I gaze into the moonlight.
Rolling through the city, heart is empty, but I'm feeling frisky, knowing I can make it even though these niggas want it in me. Got some rolling papers and some bitches, yeah, we getting litty, feeling out of place. Fuck it, I got my niggas with me. We on a long road, smoking trees and bagging hoes. Love is faded, I'm jaded, consequences are never told. Running out of character, the real me is getting old. Facing the facade, 50 shades, and I fall below. I'm on some new shit, underworld a new bitch. Your loose lips tangle you up, I guess this news fits. I do this, spitting some fire in F doom hits. The sun god bringing some light, now watch your mood switch. Hieroglyphs when writing scripts, namaste but conquering. Conjuring some spirits in the valleys where they die and quit. Just a gladiator on a righteous tip, still sharp and steel, but I'm colder than the Arctic gets.
Chat. What's up, world? What's going on? It's your boy Wakamar in the building. Happy to be here Thursday night, aka Friday morning. Welcome to another episode of I.O.W. Sports Late Night Owl Edition, episode 120. Like I said, it's a pleasure to be here. Man, we got a lot of stuff to get to, but again, like always, shout out to the big homie Nick Shine. He put up the official Facebook public page for I.O.W. Sports Network. So definitely go show us some love and go follow that on your Facebook page. It gives everybody in the public a chance to, comment, make their own sports takes, and, spark up a good conversation. So that's what that's for. So like I said, go ahead and join that and drop your own hot take. I'm telling you, it'll spark a conversation. But like always, of course, the official, unofficial theme song to I.O.W. Sports Late Night Owl. You see it scrolling on the bottom of your screen. It's my homeboy 40, aka Silent Hill. Him and J. Leo, Pale Moon Devil Dance is the song. Go show them some love on YouTube at their YouTube page at Hitchhikers. So definitely go do that. And then, of course, like always, most importantly, I'll go over to your respective app stores, whether it's the Google Play Store or the Apple Store, and download the I.O.W. Network app. Got a lot of great content on there. From this show, of course, our Monday and Thursday I.O.W. Sports Day show, as well as Air Paradoxical, White Vault, LJ Presents. If you're a big wrestling fan, shout out to the Dirty Hills. They got their podcast on there as well. And then, of course, our sister company, I.O.W. I mean, I'm telling you, we got a lot of stuff coming down the pipes on that I.O.W. Network radio network app. A lot of great music from independent artists as well as mainstream artists. A lot of great content on there. So I advise you guys to go check it out for sure. But since we do got a lot of topics to discuss, let's get to Wild Card Mars top plays of the night. And this man right here just had a complete dunk fest. Y'all check it out.
Dennis Smith Jr. And now Morris after the make finds Green right back down the floor.
Had to put on the floor. You can put one guy out there. Oh my gosh.
Jeff Green, fountain of youth.
Jeff Green here taking it and looking probably athletically like he did 10 years ago, 14 years ago.
Tonight here in Denver. Smith, and it's blocked by Jokic. He's got a couple of blocks now. Filling up the stat sheet. Morris. Oh! Jeff Green off the trampoline. Bench here recently. Martin, two-man game with Jokic, who leaves it. And Green! Are you kidding? Oh! Throw it down at age 35. My goodness. Give Jokic another dime and Green another jam.
Wow. Jeff Green. You hear it. Man's 35 and just out of nowhere just starts putting on his own personal dunk contest tonight against Portland. As we talked about Portland on last night's show, man, they're going to be in a whole heap of trouble. I know how Anthony Simons is pretty damn good, but the Portland Trailblazers haven't been looking good with Dame Dollar. Now they'll probably be without Dame Dollar for the foreseeable future. They're saying 6 to 8 weeks, but by the time he comes back from that abdominal surgery, who knows? He might sit out for the rest. Who knows? Who knows? But Jeff Green, man, what a display he put on tonight. Can't do anything when one man is literally having his own personal dunk contest against you. And I'm actually surprised that Brooklyn Nets let Jeff Green go. Only because Jeff Green is a solid contributor, solid role player. He's going to give you the effort on defense. That's for sure. That's without a doubt. He's definitely capable of giving you solid minutes and actually contribute. So he's not a scrub. Far from that. He's just he's losing the battle with Father Time. 35 in basketball, NBA basketball years is you're definitely on the other side of your prime. That's for sure. But nonetheless, I'm actually surprised that Brooklyn moved off of him. He's a good piece for your roster, depth wise for sure. So again, surprised by that. But hey, just like any other big business, is business. It's nothing personal. Y'all know how it is. So let's transition to our first topic, man. And I'm kind of irritated with the NFL sometimes. And I'm irritated with the NFL in this regard. Certain franchises, I should say. Let me put it that way. So the Houston Texans have been treading in the wrong direction. A lot of people got to remember 2019, 2020 playoffs. They were in the division round. They were just in the playoffs about 2 years ago, 2-3 years ago. Had a great roster: DeAndre Hopkins, J.J. Watt, Deshaun Watson, and then a slew of other complementary pieces to that roster. Bill O'Brien gets in there. Looks like he was starting off to be a good coach, and then all of a sudden they gave him too much power, and then he's making all kind of weird trades of getting rid of DeAndre Hopkins and roster changes, and pretty much he was given too much power, and made some very questionable decisions as coach/GM. All right. Now you got the situation with Deshaun Watson situation. You don't know what's going on with that. They really didn't know how to really handle that situation. But I mean, honestly, I'm not going to hold them at fault to that. I mean, you really have to really look at a lot of morality things besides business. But at the same time, they just paid Deshaun Watson some money to sit as a healthy scratch all year. They felt that was the right thing to do. Oh, well, I guess the owner, the Ford family, thinks it's whatever. I guess we can afford it. Whatever. Didn't make sense to me. I get it. You don't want to deal with the media backlash, but they should be used to media backlash because all the organization of that franchise is blatant. And so today, they fired David Culley after 1 year. I mean, what are y'all doing down there in Houston? 1 year? That's all he's getting? 1 year? So let me get this right. Your franchise is really a dumpster fire. It's literally in shambles. You have no idea what the hell's going down there in Houston with that Texans organization, and you hire David Culley, who in his first year as a head coach, I mean, he's been around the league for a while for different teams here. Before he stopped at Houston, he was a quarterbacks coach in Baltimore. So he's been around the league. Was he the perfect candidate? I don't know. But you needed a coach. But my thing is how do you expect him to actually build something if he's not given the chance? You can't just keep siphoning people in and out the revolving door of coaches and expect something good to come out of that organization. Isn't that the definition of insanity? Repeating the same behavior over and over and over again and expecting a different outcome? I think that's the definition of insanity. And so that whole Texans organization is ran out of pure insanity. There's so much going on in that franchise. And from the reports that I'm gathered, the players responded to David Culley. I mean, let's be real. Of course, the Texans weren't no good. They were trash this year. You know, they weren't any good. But you did see flashes of players that gave a damn. They looked like they was like, hey, we're listening to David Culley. He might be the guy that can help lead us. My thing is like, you can't expect the coach to take a franchise that is literally in the dumps. You know, the great pieces of your franchise aren't there anymore. He didn't have a DeAndre Hopkins. He couldn't play Deshaun Watson. I bet you if David Culley wanted to put him in, he got shot down every time. No, we're not putting him in. Because that decision of not to play Deshaun Watson all year wasn't his call. There was no way that was his call. Because Deshaun Watson was eligible to play all year. You know, you don't leave your horses in the stable. You don't leave your thoroughbreds in the stable. The franchises didn't want to deal with the media scrutiny and the backlash. Y'all remember what happened with Mike Vick and when he got signed to Philly after he served his time for the dog fight and shit. Man, Peter was at Philadelphia's Lincoln Financial Stadium damn near probably every game. Boy, got the Eagles. Boy, you know, we live in that time today that there's a lot of social stuff that goes on that people look at. So that's why that franchise didn't want to play Deshaun Watson. You don't have no J.J. Watt. You're leading on your defense. I get it. Hampered with injuries, but still, you didn't have him. He leaves, walks out the door, goes to Arizona. I mean, you left David Culley with literally a big bag of shit. and the owners of the Texans are saying, hey, David Culley, here's this big bag of shit. We want you, sir, to take that big bag of shit and turn it into gold. My understanding, if I'm David Culley, is like, well, before I even accept the job, I'm like, well, how far are y'all gonna let me take it? How much time are y'all gonna give me to take this bag of shit that you just handed me and turn it into gold? Because I'm thinking if he was under the understanding that he was going to get 1 year to turn a bag of shit into gold, he wouldn't have took the job. I mean, I'm thinking any rational person in their right mind be like, well, I don't think I got what it takes to turn this bag of shit into gold. In 1 year? Nah, I can't do that, dog. Nah, I need a guaranteed at least 3, 4. You know what I'm saying? That had to have been the conversation between higher ups and the owners, GMs in the front office and David Kohler before he accepted that job last year. Be like, hey, how much time are you going to give me to try to turn this bag of shit into gold? Just be honest with me. So you bring this man in and you set him up from failure from the beginning. It's not like you were giving that man a lot to work with down in Houston. So besides Davis Mills and Brandon Cooks, can anybody really name me any big name of significance on that Houston's roster? I mean, so I'm looking at and it says when hired David Culley, the chairman and CEO, Cal McNair. I don't know why I said the Force. That's the Titans. McNair. He said the head coach's vision and ability to bring people together was the reason the organization felt that Culley was our guy. So what happened? What happened between when you hired him and to fire him today in 1 year? What happened? Like, am I missing something? Like, did he slap Cal McNair? Did he like punch him? Did he take down his old lady? What exactly did he do? You know what I'm saying? I mean, this literally makes no sense. You can't sit here and brag about a guy and say the reason why we hired him is because he brings people together. You need somebody to bring people together. That place is a dumpster fire. That's the person you need. So if you get rid of the person that you need, that you already have in 1 year, then what exactly are you looking for? Are you expecting Bill Belichick just out of nowhere just say, fuck the Patriots, I'm coming to Houston? What? That's not happening. God rest his soul, John Madden, he's about to go into the dirt. You can't recreate him, reincarnate him. What, you better go dig up Vince Lombardi's bones in the ground and turn him into his highest project, and all of a sudden, poof, he's on your sideline? That's not going to happen. What are the Texans looking for as a coach? Are you looking for the big name? The way y'all running this organization, ain't nobody want to. Man, I gotta go. I gotta go to Houston. That seems like the right place for me. I want to go coach there. You know, it ain't nothing better than being handed a big bag of shit and being told to turn in the goat. That's the ideal situation. Yep, that makes damn sense, Houston. You're not making yourself a destination that people want to go there. Like, what are y'all doing now down there, McNair family, in Houston? Because right now, excuse me, right now it looks like a circus. It looks like a complete, utter circus. Just complete mess. If I'm a coach, one of these coaches that got your name thrown around, I wouldn't even take an interview. I'd rather be a defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, special teams coordinator. Hell, I'll be a water boy before I even decide I want to take that job. Literally. What the hell is enticing about going down to Houston? They shooting themselves in the foot. That franchise is literally shitting on themselves. So why would I don't like shit on me? Why would I want to go down there if I was a coach? Davis Mills actually look all right. Some of them players who responded to David Culley. It's not like the Texans, they weren't any good, but they at least put a damn effort. Sometimes that's all you can ask for sometimes is give a damn. And now you just interrupted that. 1 year though? And that sucks for David Culley. Because I don't like to put race into it, but sometimes some of these black coaches don't get a second chance as a head coach. They just don't. They get one shot sometimes. And the next thing you know, they're stuck in coordinator land for the rest of their career. Happened with Steve Wilkes in Arizona. They gave him 1 year. Now, last time I saw, he was at University of Missouri being a defensive coordinator. You know, Raheem Morris. He's back to being stuck in a defensive coordinator purgatory. Excuse me. I mean, Marvin Lewis has been the only outlier, and the only thing that saved him is he consistently made it to the playoffs. Didn't do nothing in the playoffs, but he won a lot of regular season games. To me, this is, and I'm not sitting here going whine and crying about what ain't fair. Life ain't fair. Shit ain't fair. Business ain't fair. Business is business. But sometimes you just got to point out bad business. This is bad business. Houston Texans literally is bad business. So it's a whole mess. It's a whole mess. Later on the show, we'll chop it up and have a quick little preview of the playoffs coming up this weekend. So I will give kind of my keys to victory for each team. If you watch today's Thursday show of I.O.W Sports, myself, Detroit Mail, we had a special guest, Tyrus Kennedy. He has his podcast. Huge Jets fan. He joined us today. So we kind of went over those picks, and I'll kind of refresh those, but we'll get to those in just a second. But I want to play a clip real quick because I saw Big Ben's press conference, and it was kind of okay. It was kind of disturbing to me on some of the words that he was saying. And I'm gonna play the clip, and we'll kind of break it down. But yeah, I'm just like, really, Ben? This is what you're saying? But we'll get to that after we play the clip.
You know, I would assume as a group you understand that, you know, we probably aren't supposed to be here. We're probably not a very good football team. We're out of 14 teams I think are in, we're probably number 14. We're a double-digit underdog in the playoffs. So let's just go play and have fun and see what happens. And I want to just pass along my, words of wisdom to them. It's kind of one of those things where, you never really know if you're going to get a chance to get back. And when I tell them that, they look at me like, well, you've been here 12 times in 18 years. I just try and reiterate to them that you just got to appreciate, you got to understand it, that you have to go out there and just fully commit everything to it, because every mistake is magnified, and but you got to go have fun at the same time. So hopefully they all understand, and I think they do. Probably a lot like what these guys are. I mean, I wanted to go win it for Jerome, because you know what he meant. Maybe they feel the same way. I don't know. It's not like Jerome ever came to me and said, guys, let's go win it for me. He didn't have to say that. We wanted to win it for him anyway. And so I think I understood wanting to win it for him, but I was only 2 years with Jerome, so I didn't have the 5, 6, 7, 10-year relationship with him like some of those guys did. I wish I would have had. But, you just at that point, you just want to go win a football game. Yeah, I mean, we're probably 20-point underdogs, and we're going to the number one team that's – I know they're not the number one seed, but they're the number one team that's won the AFC the last 2 years. Arguably the best team in football. We don't have a chance. So let's just go in and play and have fun.
Really, Ben? When I first heard that, I'm just like, that sounds like a guy that's ready to retire. Quite honestly. That sounds like a dude that says, I can't wait for this shit to be over. That's what that sounded like. Really? Ben, you've been to 3 Super Bowls. You've won 2. You're about to retire. Me personally, I want my quarterback, who is the leader of your team, or should be the leader of your team, in my opinion. And you're talking like you're ready to just hang it up? We have no chance? Who says that? Who says that? You're going into possibly the last game of your damn career, and the first thing you say is, yeah, we're underdogs. We don't have a chance. Let's have fun. Really? If I'm a player in that locker room, I'm like, yo, I'm stepping the bin and be like, bro, no, we don't talk like that. Where in the world is that mindset okay to have and to even say that publicly? I mean, my goodness. Did that not sound like a guy that's ready to just be done and over with this shit? That's what it sounded like to me. I'm telling you, if I'm playing that locker room, I'm like, bro, if you just want to be done, just go ahead and don't go. I'll take my chances with Mason Rudolph. I'll take my chances with Josh Dobbs or what's his name that used to be with Washington. I can't remember his name. Dwayne Haskins. I'll take my chances with them. I want to go into battle with somebody that looks like they want to at least win. Oh, we're 20-point underdogs. We have no chance. Let's go out there and have fun. Really, man? Really? Wait, who gave him the okay in saying that? We've all played sports. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, we want to have fun, but when you at that level of NFL, the amount of fun is probably 20% and 80%. We want to damn win this damn football game. And you talking like you already defeated. See, the crazy things about sports, there's a mental factor in sports. There's a mental factor. Everybody that's played sports, any sport, it don't matter. There's a mental factor. You already have to put the mindset in your head that, hey, I prepared well for this, as in we practiced great. We done all the film study. We know what to look for. We know how to combat certain moves that the opponent's going to make, and we're going to counteract with this. But it starts with the mental part. And the mental part says, hey, I don't give a damn if we're 20-point underdogs. It's the playoffs. Anybody got a chance now. And it been Big Ben was on that Steelers team. He was on that Super Bowl team that back in the days when they had just 6 seeds and they were 6 seeds and went all the way and won a Super Bowl. He's been there. He's been in the position of having to overcome and fight and do the impossible. I doubt he had that same mindset back then when they did it. So why have it now? Why doubt your team? Because the way that he's talking sounds like he has no faith in his team that they can do it. I'm telling you, if I was his teammate, I'd have been like, nah, bro, we don't talk like that. Because you sound like a defeated quitter right now. If you want to sound defeated and quitted before we even get to the damn game, then don't even bother traveling to Kansas City. Don't. I would say that outright. I didn't like that. I don't like what you said. I just don't get why the person who's supposed to be the leader of your team is saying something like that. Pittsburgh Steelers are a young team. You look for veterans to be those voices of reason and say, hey, let's just go out there and just throw everything at the wall and hopefully something sticks and let the chips fall where they fall. Not, oh, we have no chance. We're 20-point underdogs. Let's have fun. Come on now. Where's Mike Tomlin in this? I didn't see nothing or hear nothing, but if I'm Tomlin, I would have jumped on his ass for that too. Like, hey, bro, I'm not gonna let you infect the rest of the team with that negativity. I want a leader that's gonna be like, damn it, we in the playoffs, we here, we gonna try to make some damn noise. We gonna put forward our best effort and let the chips fall where they fall. I'd rather have him say that than we had no chance. I didn't like that at all. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. I think that's batshit crazy. That's nuts for a person who's been in the league for that long, like Big Roethlisberger, and for him to say that in front of a young team, that needs every last advantage or feeling or thought that they belong. You making it seem like y'all just don't belong. Period. I mean, honestly, they don't. Pittsburgh definitely has the worst team in the playoffs. But you don't say it. And you definitely don't say it in public. Like, come on. But we'll move on. Of course, COVID has been playing a big factor in the NFL season this year. Big factor. There's been players that's been missing because of COVID, coaches missing because of COVID, so on and so forth. COVID has literally been a pain in the ass in the NFL. But check this out, y'all. And this is why I'm worried about the Dallas Cowboys. And I'll get to that pick later on. But here's a factor in this. So Amari Cooper had just got fined for breaking COVID protocols because this man went to a basketball game, a Dallas Mavericks basketball game. He's not vaccinated. Then he also went to the Cotton Bowl with Alabama and Cincinnati, and so he's getting fined for all these appearances, public appearances, and being unmasked. And this isn't the first time that Amari Cooper has been in a situation with COVID. So Cooper has missed 2 games earlier this season after testing positive. He missed the Kansas City Chiefs game. He missed the Las Vegas Raiders game. 2 games in which the Cowboys lost because he wasn't vaccinated, tested positive. So he has already affected this team with the COVID. Now, I understand you can't control getting COVID. It's his choice in not being vaccinated. And I'm not going to have that conversation whether you believe in vaccination or not. That's his personal choice. But regardless, it does affect the team because he's not available. And 2 games that he missed, the team has lost. And I'm not putting that on him that they lost. But because Amari Cooper is one of Dak Prescott's favorite targets, you do lose a certain element and a factor that generally puts the Cowboys offense in a positive direction and puts him in a chance to win games because he is there. But because he wasn't, they lose twice. And what bothers me is he says, you don't want to get sick. This is the tournament. We trained so hard in the offseason OTAs camps to get to this point. We accomplished that goal thus far. We're going to do everything we can to not get sick. If that means isolation, then that's what that means. Hopefully we can isolate enough to not catch it. Well, you talking the talk, Amari. But let's actually take your same words and actually implement them and actually do what you just said. And the fact that you have already missed 2 games because of COVID, and now you're getting fined because of violating COVID protocols, I don't think you really understand it. I don't think you really understand how serious it is, how deep the severity of missing a playoff game means. This isn't regular season, Amari Cooper. You take that factor of that connection that yourself and Dak Prescott have as a wide receiver quarterback combo, and you're not available, you lose a certain factor and dangerous element of your offense, period. Understand that. So for you to say those same words, but yet your actions aren't matching up to your words, I don't think you get it. I really don't think Amari Cooper gets it. Look, at this time of the year in NFL, there has to be some sacrifices. If it means you can't go to a Dallas Mavericks game, so be it. Means you can't go out in public, party, so be it. Because I'm telling you right now, the team that's going to win the Super Bowl is the team that's going to be committed to make sure that they're not going to do any personal harm that affects the overall goal of the team. Period. Buy-in is buy-in. You gotta have to put some personal things aside of what you want to do for the necessity of the team. You just have to. That's just part of the game now, especially in this COVID sports world that they're in right now. There has to be an element of really unselfish attitude and behavior. And right now, a person who is really needed for that Cowboys team, I don't think he gets it. Now, I'm not saying the Cowboys can't win, because they obviously can. They obviously got the talent on their whole team in general. But like I said before, he is a key component to that offense, regardless. I don't think Amari gets it. That might be something to look out for. It might cost him something, because you would hate for him to pop up positive right before a playoff game and be missing for a playoff game. Who wants that? I know Cowboy fans will be disappointed. I know the team will be disappointed. Like, come on, Amari. Let's do better than this, my brother. Do better than that, for real. So, I mean, you better figure it out. You got to take the personal out the shit and realize that, hey, man, you can't play around with this COVID shit. You want to put yourself in no kind of situation that you can possibly get COVID. I get it, y'all. You can't stop COVID. If it jumps on you, it gets you. There ain't nothing you can do about it, whether you're vaccinated or not. If you get it, you get it. But way the NFL is set up, if you are vaccinated, there's certain protocols you follow, and when you're not vaccinated, those protocols are a lot stiffer, and they're come on, Amari. Just bottom line, like you gotta take yourself out this real selfish mind frame. And I don't even know if he's being selfish, on purpose, or he's just not understanding how to adjust to this COVID sports world. And that might be it. But come on, man. You can't be out, courtside, unmasked, when you're not vaccinated. You can't be in an enclosed building like that, unmasked. You can't be in a stadium full of 100,000 people at a college football game because you want to root on your alma mater, Alabama, unmasked and shit. Like, come on. It's a bad look. It really is. It shows that, hey, you're not understanding the severity of the importance. And maybe that's what it is. Because Amari Cooper, they weren't in the playoffs a lot when he was a Raider, and they haven't been a lot of playoff appearances as a Cowboy. So I don't know. Maybe that's it. He doesn't understand the seriousness of how playoff football is. I don't know. Who knows? But anyway, speaking of the playoffs, let's give Wild Card Mars keys to victory for Wild Card weekend round of the NFL playoffs. So NFL playoffs kicks off this weekend, of course. First game, you got the Las Vegas Raiders going to Cincinnati, Ohio. And I got to say this, just because I'm a Chiefs fan, and I might throw up later once I get off the show, because I don't give a lot of compliments to the Raiders because they are our arch rival. So I don't give a lot of compliments to them. But hey, Rich Bisaccio, the interim coach, man, I would throw his name in Coach of the Year candidate. I would, and just off of this factor, because you had to deal with losing John Gruden, his own fault, but losing Gruden, who was your offensive play caller, your offensive minded guy that led the charge on offense, pretty much draws up all your offensive plays, audibles, all that stuff. So when you lose him, your offense is going to dip a little, period. Just based on football, how you feel about the man for being bigoted and a misogynist and a homophobic, conversations. Y'all can have that conversation. I don't rock with it. I didn't agree with it at all. It was tasteless. But football-wise, you do lose a lot by losing Gruden. Then you add on the fact the Henry Ruggs situation. Terrible situation that could have been avoided. He was being a knucklehead. That was bad choices on his part. But and then, of course, shout out to the family. Hopefully they find some peace some point because they lost a family member. Excuse me. So you dealt with the Henry Ruggs situation. Then you got Mr. David Arnett, the cornerback, and Mr. I like to, threaten people's lives, chitty bang bang with my gun on TikTok or Snapchat, whatever the shit was, and just being a knucklehead. And then you had another cornerback a couple of weeks ago, another DUI, as if he didn't learn from Henry Ruggs' mistake. Like, come on, man. So, look, the Raiders have dealt with a lot of emotional shit off the field that does affect performance on the field. It does. I don't care what nobody says. There's a lot of emotional stuff, emotional roadblocks that the Raiders had to deal with that could have sunk majority of the teams. At that point, there was at points that it might have sunk the Raiders, but lo and behold, playoffs are here, and they're a 10-win team. So I got to give Rick his credit. To galvanize that team and hey, man, we gonna get to the playoffs. We gonna get there. I know. I gotta keep lighting my cigar because damn it, I get to talking and this shit go out. But no. So Raiders Bengals, which is a Week 12 matchup that the Bengals won in Las Vegas 32-13 last time they saw each other. And surprisingly, that was Joe Mixon's game. Joe Mixon had a big game in that one. But here's my key to victories for the Raiders. Get pressure on Joe. Got to get pressure on Joe Burrow. Take advantage of a mediocre offensive line that the Bengals got. You got to. You got to do it. Because if you don't, and you give Joe too much time to stand back there and look for Jamar Chase, ask the Chiefs secondary what Jamar Chase do. You'll turn around and see 3 touchdowns, 266 yards on 11 receptions on 12 targets on your ass. I'm telling you. So you better get to Joe. You better get to Joe Burrow. And here's another key to victory for the Raiders. Don't do Raider shit. And what I mean by that is don't do Raider shit as in shit ton of penalties, a shit ton of turnovers. Don't shoot yourselves in the foot. I'm telling you, I've seen it a million times with this Raiders organization because I see them twice a year. The Raiders are bound to do Raider shit, but you can't do that in the playoffs. You can't shoot yourself in the foot. You will find yourself going right back to Las Vegas, and next thing you know, you're back pulling tabs and playing the slots again because you'll be on vacation. So that's the Raiders' key to victories on that game. On the Bengals, hey, you don't have to get cute. Don't have to get cute at all in this game. Just do the minimal, as in just don't mess it up. Let Joe Mixon get his yardage because the Raiders' run defense isn't the best. So Joe Mixon, use him. Of course, you got Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd. You know, you got a good little wide receiver core, and you definitely want to test that Raiders secondary, which is suspect to give up a lot of yardage. And most importantly, you better neutralize Max Crosby and Unique Ngakoue. Your offensive line isn't the best, Cincinnati. You got to keep Joe upright. Because if Mad Max get off, man, it's gonna be a long day for the Bengals. And then you're gonna slide protection towards Maxway, and then Unique Ngakoue is gonna get off. Unique Ngakoue is still a talented defensive end. So you better slow down that pass rush. But I will start with the run. I'm gonna start with Joe Mixon, and then let everything else flow after that. But I'm taking the Bengals in that matchup, not because I'm a Raider hater. It's just Bengals got too much talent on that offensive side. A lot of talent. And that man Jamar Chase, man, that's a bad dude right there, man. I don't see not one cornerback or secondary position player on that Raiders team that can do anything with Jamar Chase. He is a problem. So good luck with that. Next up, you got Patriots and the Bills. They split their regular season matchup. So this is an AFC East matchup, rubber match. Week 14, of course, you remember the infamous Mac Jones only throwing the ball 3 times, running it down Buffalo's throat. So they won that first matchup 14-10. And then in week 16, the Bills took that matchup 33-21. And in that second matchup, you definitely had a better showing from the running game, actually. I'm sorry, better showing from Josh Allen in that game. I'm sorry. I got tongue-tied. So that game in New England, Josh Allen had a hell of a game, had 314 passing yards, 3 TDs. So he was actually able to get back to what they do in Buffalo, and they like to air it out. And so, you know, I'm looking at the Patriots' key to victory. And, of course, Bill Belichick loves to take away your number one option, and that's Stephon Diggs. And hope you can stop him, contain him, take him away from the game, because that's Josh Allen's favorite target. You take him away, you force Josh Allen to look at other options. And you know Bill Belichick, he's looking at stopping Diggs for sure. And then I think his second option to try to stop is Knox, the tight end. So if you're able to keep them 2 on the wraps, Patriots could definitely win. But then I'm also looking at the Bills. They need to be as balanced as possible on offense. Be as balanced as possible, period. See, the Chiefs, they don't like running the ball. The Bills run the ball less than the Chiefs. That should show you how much non-committal they are to the run. They gotta establish some type of run identity in this game. And honestly, I would use Josh Allen in the running game. The man is almost a carbon copy of Cam Newton, just with lighter skin tone. Big arm. We know he got the big arm. But man, I'm telling you, use him in that RPO, he's a handful to take down. I remember that game in week 5 when they went to Arrowhead and beat the Chiefs. Josh Allen was hurling linebackers. Got to get Josh Allen involved in that running game. And you need Matt Breida, you need Singletary, you need Zach Moss to get involved in that running game too. So you at least got 4 capable running options in your running game, and use them. Be as balanced as you can. And on your defense, Bill Belichick is going to try to run the ball. Period. So stop that. You definitely got a chance. Don't die by the run this time, Buffalo. Make Mac Jones the rookie. See if he can take the pressure of NFL playoff football. See if he can handle it by forcing the game in his hands. Got to stop the run for sure. But I'm actually rolling with New England in that one. Look, and it's no disrespect to Buffalo, but man, New England has a factor that you can't mess with. It's the Belichick factor. Belichick factor is real. The man got six Super Bowls as a head coach, 2 as a defensive coordinator with the Giants to prove that he knows what the hell he's doing. I mean, that's a factor you got to control. It's not often that Belichick loses in the playoffs. Not a lot. So I'm rolling with the Patriots in that one. I'm rolling with Patriots on Saturday. So those are 2 Saturday games: Raiders, Bengals, Patriots, Bills, and I'm rolling with Cincinnati and New England on those. Sunday you got Eagles and Buccaneers, and Eagles, not a bad team. They're really not. They can run the ball, top 5 run offense. And like how I see they should use Josh Allen for the Bills, key victory in the running game. Jalen Hurts is a key to the running game in Philly. So that's part of the Eagles' key to victory. Rally around Jalen Hurts. I mean, besides Devontae Smith and Dallas Goedert, the receiving core ain't really don't look too nice. So they're going to have to establish the run, and then hopefully, they can get some big chunk plays off of play action, bootleg with Jalen Hurts. He can hit Goddard. He can hit Devontae Smith, and got to keep them upright. That's really their only keys to victories. It's not I'm not saying that the Eagles don't have a chance, but their chances of winning this, to me, is very small. And if they can do those 2 things, as in establish the run game with Jalen Smith and that bevy of running backs that they got by committee, and make sure get Dallas Goedert and Devontae Smith involved. Pretty simple. To me, the Bucs' key to victory is contain Jalen Hurts. If you don't let him have an all-star game, you win. Got to contain him. Don't let him. Got to be gap sound. You can't give any space to Jalen Hurts to take off, because soon, especially if they play man-to-man and they leave a lot of field open for him, somebody better be right there spying on Jalen Hurts. Better be ready to take him down, because if he gets to moving, he has enough talent in his feet, in his legs, to make some shit happen. I think it's that simple for the Patriots, because Tom's going to be Tom. I know they're missing Godwin. Fournette's been missing some time. He'll probably be back, though. Probably won't be in the best of shape, but, Ronald Jones is still there. Still got Gronk. Still got Cameron Brate, O.J. Howard, Scotty Miller. Tom's still going to be Tom. But the best thing for the Buccaneers is to contain Jalen Hurts. You can neutralize him by having a running game yourself, keeping him on the sidelines. But on defense, you gotta contain that man. You can't let him run around. Be a long day. But I'm going with Buccaneers on that one. And here's a matchup everybody's really wanting to see. You got 49ers going to Dallas. And look, to me, the 49ers have a great defense. Got a couple of pieces on offense. Of course, Debo, he's coming to be Debo. I would definitely hope that if I'm a Kyle Shanahan, hey, man, yeah, go ahead and leave Trayvon Diggs on Debo. We saw how Trayvon Diggs gets burned on them double moves. Yeah, them 11 receptions look good, but you get burnt. So I will look for that matchup. And most importantly, which Jimmy G are you going to get? Are you going to get the erratic Jimmy G that's turnover prone? Or are you going to get the Jimmy G that literally Bill Belichick was clamoring over to keep over Tom Brady? because there's flashes of Jimmy G that he can be a good quarterback, but there's also flashes that the man could kill your team at the same time. So which Jimmy G are you going to get? Jimmy G's fact, he's key into what kind of success the 49ers are going to get. And for the Cowboys, look, you got talent on both sides of the ball. Offense, you got talent everywhere. Defense, talent everywhere. To me, it's simple. Zeke and Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard, in my opinion, has been a better back, better production out of running behind that O-line. Sometimes Zeke, I don't know what's going on. I know he's been having a nagging knee injury, but it's playoffs. You got to suck that shit up, bro. But Zeke to me is it needs to step up huge. Because I think Tony Pollard is still going to do his thing. But Zeke, hey, in Cowboys world, everything is fine when the running game is going. Because then your play action and bootleg looks that much prettier. Dak can do that all night. But he got to get the run started. Dak works better when the running game is going and it frees him up to do what he does as quarterback. So they got to get that started. But I'm rolling with the 49ers. I think the 49ers can do it. The 49ers can absolutely do it. They just got to, like I said, Jimmy G can't be coughing up the ball. Can't do it. Then Sunday night, you got Steelers taking on my Chiefs. I'm just going to be real. Of course, I'm going to Chiefs. And here's your key to victory. Get to Ben. Ben Roethlisberger is a statue back there. He's not the big being like of old that was, shedding tackles and breaking sacks and playing backyard football. He ain't that no more. That man is as mobile as a mountain. So stop him, frazzle him. Ben can be prone to throw up some interceptions if he feels the pressure. Get some turnovers off him. Definitely if the Chiefs have less than 3 sacks, Steelers might win this game. I'm just being honest. And for the Steelers, establish the run. Test that Chiefs defense. That's their Achilles heels in run defense. Test it. But it benefits the Steelers to run the ball because guess what? If you can not only establish the run, that gives you an advantage because obviously that's the Chiefs' defensive weakness, but you keep Patrick Mahomes on the sideline. Mahomes can't beat you if he's spectating. Just saying. That's why it's so important for the Steelers to establish the run. If you don't establish the run, might get a beat down like you did last time they went to Arrowhead. Might get a severe beat down. I mean, it makes perfect sense for the Steelers to make sure that they get that run established. I mean, week 16? They did find some success with Najee Harris, but they were playing from behind. They got spanked 36-10. It was hella turnovers that day. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you had Ben throwing an interception. You had he got sacked and fumbled, lost a fumble. Deontay Johnson, the wide receiver who went out and chirped his mouth today, had a fumble. So can't do that. Can't do that. But still, I'm still rocking with the Chiefs. But I'm not saying it's going to be a blowout. A lot of people are saying a blowout. I don't know. I don't think so. For some reason, I got this gut feeling that the refs might make a call here, a call there to make sure that Ben don't get blown out in his last final game. So I think it's probably like maybe a 10-point game instead of like a 26-point deficit. Who knows? But still, we're still rocking with the Chiefs. And then, of course, the finale on Monday night, you got the Rams and the Cardinals. And, they both split the series. So this is an NFC West rubber match. Week 4, the Cardinals demolished the Rams 37-20. That was a bad game for Matthew Stafford. He had some turnovers in that one. And week 14, the Rams won 30-23 in the rematch. So they split the regular season series. And look, Cardinals' key to victory to me is easy. Who's going to step up on offense besides Kyler Murray? No DeAndre Hopkins is there. Obviously, Zach Ertz and Kyler Murray got a good connection going on, so he's going to be targeted a lot. Christian Kirk got to step up. AJ Green better find a fountain of youth. Somebody has to step up on. I'm not worried about the Cardinals' defense. I think the Cardinals' defense is damn good, and they proved that all year long. I'm worried about that offense. For the second year in a row, Kyler Murray and that offense struggling down the stretch. Not looking as explosive, not as looking as great as they were in the beginning of the season. So that's something to look out for. And for the Rams, it's quite easy too. Contain Kyler Murray. Can't let him get off. Kyler Murray is the perfect quarterback as in abilities wise. I wish he was a little bit bigger, but as in what I mean by this, he's a threat with the run and the pass. Great arm. Oh, great arm. But he can kill you with his feet. What I love about Kyler Murray, he's a look to pass first, run second kind of quarterback. But he can kill you in both areas. He can. So that's your key to victory. Contain him. But also on with the Rams, is establish their run offense as well. There's been a big difference in the Rams since Jared Goff and acquiring Matthew Stafford. When they had Jared Goff, they were more a power running team. I mean, then Jared Goff had majority of his success when Todd Gurley was having great running games. Play action was working, bootleg was working because they had to account for the running game. Now you swap out Matthew Stafford for Jared Goff. Better arm talent, better quarterback. And now McVay thinks, hey, let's just open the playbook wide open. And it's just not connecting like that yet. Run the offense. Run the offense through the running game. Matthew Stafford does great off of bootleg and play action. He does. Simplify it. Try to establish the run. Get as balanced as possible. And you can win this game. But I'm going to go with the Rams in this one. They got a lot of star power on both sides of the ball. And this is a game that you needed to come through. You needed to come through because you need Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald's going to be Aaron Donald. There's no doubt about that. Not worried about Aaron Donald. But I need everybody else on defense to step their game up. If Aaron Donald is eating up double and triple teams, then Leonard Floyd and Von Miller better be getting after Kyler Murray. Make Jalen Ramsey's job easier back there covering wide receivers, because those wide receivers ain't going to get that many targets if Aaron Donald does his job, which I know he will, but the rest of the front four does their job too. I'm not worried about that, but I am going Rams in that one. And so there we have it, y'all. Wildcard Mars, Wildcard Round preview for this weekend. So I hope you guys enjoy that. And we are done for tonight. I will see you guys Monday. So you guys enjoy your weekend. Go enjoy as much football this weekend as possible. Always make time for the family. Always make time for the fam. Loving, hugging, kiss on each other, show each other love and appreciation for each other. But look, until Monday, same channel, same time. Cheers, folks. Y'all have a great weekend.
Solid Hill TD Hurst. Let's get it. Let's go. Alright, let me get serious this time. Yo, I'm on my God of War shit. All the war spits, let the bass kick, nigga, feel the fucking floor lift. Watch your pores rip from these razor blade fingertips. Smoke hit your face like a hammer fist. Outstanding with suicidal flow. Nose diving to a free fall. Speedball, cannonball, jerking out on Adderall. I just watch the bodies fall. Supercharged like Dragon Ball. When I spit this fire out my mouth, you hear the dragon skull. Daily with explosiveness, just softer than some woven silk. Grinding rappers, flesh in the syrup and call it muscle milk. Some nutritious, my hunger forever endless. I'm fish vicious and bloodthirsty, my nigga. I handle business pretentious, I leave them injured. Eating figures for dinner, underground like not the splinter, then hibernate for the winter. Illiterate, so I can give a fuck about the sentence. Belligerent, so I don't give a fuck about repentance. Johnny plays with a bag of haze, over roast spirits. I'm forced to be reckoned with when I'm beating all limits. These lyrics are packed with venom, rattlesnakes in the kitchen, cooking the recipes full of poison, I leave them finished.
Come to punches, yo, I only landed threes. These thick-fied MCs is copping plan B. Never was an M fan, they can't stand me. Been dope since before Hope sampled Annie. If it's smoke, I ain't gon' blame the jammy, cause folk, my hands is nicer than your granddaddy. Don't spar unless you a piece and a half. If you same boat when I put feet on the track, I fuck MCs up, I'm bringing evil back. Yea, though I walk through the valley, I push it. They gon' find rappers that got at me in my footprints. The embodiment of cocaine and no-dos. I got a habit of pulling souls from nose holes. Open your old hole, sugar, you sweet. If it's beef, I'll bring it to your door like Uber Eats.
Deliver a fade to all you niggas, I just wanna unload. Basking and scream on my foes, find a way to compose. The ashes spray up my throat, pull them fuse up the dope, blow a ring of the smoke, terrorize all the small fires, wash them down with a coke.
Viciously viscous, I flow like rape whispers. You wishless spitters or beat the Big Dipper. Front away, bitch, you ain't clapping shit. Keep playing G, the mask don't fit. You tonic water MCs minus the flavor. I'm the illest since my mom went into labor. Sick with it, slick with it, punchlines is a major. You motherfuckers to sit back.